Dad. This is the very first episode of the morning coffee for Shit Talking Sundays, the Father's Day edition. I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you, brother.
Father's Day.
It definitely is going to be a little bit harder this Father's Day than the norm, only because, like everybody knows, my father, I lost him about 3 weeks ago. So this episode is definitely dedicated to my father, James Griffin. May you rest in heaven.
Rest
And
in
anybody else who lost their father. Let me introduce everybody first. I have Fly Ski, one of my boys from Las Vegas, a father of 4. And then I have my boy Buddha.
What's up, folks?
The special thing about me and him is we share the exact same birthday
Happy birthday.
and month, just not the year.
And you also know, man, that brother Donnie McClurkin, he was born on our birthday. That's the gospel's great, singing great, Donnie McClurkin.
Okay.
He's our brother, too.
So this episode, we're definitely going to do some interviews of fathers. We do have one other guest in the studio, Coach K. You know, he's always in the background.
Coach Craig, say what's up.
What's up?
What's up, y'all? So you might hear some background noise here and there, and just so you know, we're very professional, but every now and then he wants to say something, but he don't want to get on the mic. So, you know, Shit Talking Sundays, we're going to talk shit because his team sucks.
That's what we do.
But we're not going to get into that because somebody that's close to me has the same sorry-ass team that he does. So we're not going to talk about on this great Father's Day. That's for another episode. But remember, morning coffee, Shit Talking
It's
Sundays.
a terrible format for you to come at us like that, man.
Start off talking
Wow.
shit out the blue.
Hey, man, shots fired, man. Shit Talking Sundays, man.
Sunday.
Every day is Shit Talking Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.
Put us on wherever you at. Wherever you reach out to, put us on there. Shit Talking Sundays.
Yeah, tell everybody, man. I mean, why does shit talking have to be bad? You know, sometimes if you hit the lottery, what you gonna do? Talk shit, tell everybody. Well, some of us would, some of us wouldn't.
Nobody. I'm
You know,
disappearing.
I definitely think I'd be incognito and disappear. You know, there'd be a couple of y'all that I would take with me because y'all know who you are.
But you get so many more cousins and shit when you come up, right?
Cutting
You be like,
peaks.
damn.
Cutting peaks.
Yeah, where you been? Oh, you know, cousin.
Showing up to the barbecue,
Well,
to the quinceañeras.
The lady asked me to do her husband's motorcycle helmet. Can you airbrush my husband's helmet? I just bought him a helmet, and I want to put his club logo on it. And I said, okay, club logo. You know, that'd be very, very affordable. You know, and turns out she wanted me to do a complete layout on the helmet first, and then submit it to her. But I said, look, you just didn't call up anybody.
Right.
You got my number from somebody, you know. So let's be straight. We're talking real business, and I gotta have my money. So I let it go because all money ain't good money. You know what I mean? It just would have been a headache.
Right.
Then I have to do the whole thing all over again on his helmet. No, just give me the helmet. Let
well,
me
you
go
know
with
what?
it.
Just to give a little bit of background, my man Buddha
Hey,
right
I'm
here.
sorry, folks.
He's the one who did the logo, the Shit Talking Sundays logo. He is the in-house graphics designer that we have for Shit Talking
Airbrush
Sundays.
artist, silk
Yes.
screen printer,
Yes.
vinyl cutter,
Yes. Pre-
laser printer.
yes.
Well, you know, whatever you want. You know, ragtime. You so go to just say it on the t-shirt.com.
Yes.
And that right there will take you to our store. You can kind of see we can do custom stuff though. It's not a whole bunch of stuff there yet because, like I said, it's a custom curated collection of airbrush things that I've done, and it just like I said, it just has to appeal to somebody. That's why I do it. So now the silk screening part of it, I can do you 1,000 shirts of the same shirt, put them out on the machine. But the airbrush part of it, that's the custom component of ragtime, custom airbrush and silk screen art. So
now you know when he talks about graphics why he talks about it. Okay, but this is my dude. He is the Picasso of graphic arts and design.
appreciate that.
I'm just letting you know out there to let the people know. Don't sleep on him because right now you getting him affordably priced. When he really blows up, because Shit Talking Sundays is gonna elevate you to the next level.
It's over.
It's over.
Not gonna be able
See,
to
but
get
I have to inject this real fast though. It's kind of like the Kwame Brown situation. I've been in the game since 1985, and the whole time I had been perfecting my craft, but at the same time trying to formulate the revenue or generate the revenue to allow me to invest in proper equipment. Not my first printer, I built it myself. So now we're talking about we got to scale it up to some industrial shit. So that took creating mini airbrush shirts, you know, at $10 to $15, $20 painting,
Right,
to get
right.
the money to buy the 6-color press. So then you got to buy the dryer. So yeah, we have positioned ourselves to print anything that a client could possibly want now.
Just to give you an example of his talent, okay? This graphic, I mean this logo, I came to him and said, "Hey man, I got this idea. I got the website going and I got all this other stuff in place. I need a logo." He said, "Yeah, no problem. I could do it for you." And me knowing what he's capable of, I wanted to challenge him. And I told him I need it ASAP. He said, "Okay, give me like a week or two." I said, "No, I need it like in 2 days." He said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "Bro, I know what you can do, man. I know you got a lot of stuff on your plate. Work it in."
See though, and he's still saying, I like the news Russell buzz because his looks more than yours. But what he just say? I needed 2 days. Those days.
But this was no concept. Just I need Shit Talking Sundays. I need a pile of shit and some bobbleheads, and every day is Shit Talking Sundays, and you create something. And this is what he came up with. 2 days created from scratch
Tell me something.
on something.
Tell me something. I'm an artist too, right? We were just talking about it. What's your thought process? You know how it is. We're trying to get motivation. It's kind of hard as an artist sometimes.
Well, this
when
is
you're
how
going
this is
through
how I
stuff.
look. This is how I look at it, and how I really think that subconsciously I'm cataloging things that I see, and the things that really I use as like clip art, but come from real life extractions, allows me to like if you watch ESPN or if you watch the games, you'll see their banner ads for the podcast. Even Shaq got a bobblehead like we got, right? So when he said we needed podcasting, instantly, bam, the executioner and AG the dad, big heads, you know, and let's just go ahead and work from there. But to be 100% truthful, AG had an initial logo that had the little pile of shit, but it had the bull horns coming out the side, which didn't make no sense to me. You know, I think it was trying to convey bullshit.
Exactly what we're trying to do.
Okay.
Bullshit.
But I just deleted that element of it and then started to build on them because I wanted to create the personal brand.
Well, that's why I came to you. I knew that what we had was initially Shit Talking Sundays was just gonna be some friends getting together talking shit, and that's it. And then I realized how much money it was gonna cost to get it out there to the level that I wanted to put it out there. And I said, you know what, we might as well, if I'm gonna do it, let's just really go all in and put some money into it. And I knew that if I went to Buddha, he would create something that was artistic enough that everybody, as soon as they saw it, would be like, that's fat. Especially coming out the gate. I wanted to splash and make it an impression that everybody goes, now, I want to see where that goes. You know, Shit Talking Sundays, you know, it was developed from a group of friends coming together. I'm not going to claim that I am the sole creator because I'm not. Coach K had something to do with it, you know, and a couple of us, we all
But you
came
pretty
together.
much are, because you're the motivator. You know, you like to move forward, you like to
Hey,
move
man.
forward fast, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. That's no procrastination. You cut that out the game, you get somewhere.
All I know is if we say we're going to do it, I like to be a man of our word, and we're going to do it. So if you want to be on this show, reach out to us, and we're going to put you on there. I'm all about trying to promote and cross-promote and get everybody out there because there's plenty of room out there for people to know who you are, to leave your legacy, you know. I mean,
so many platforms to make money and
yeah,
get known.
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't even have to be a real actor these days.
These
You really
days.
don't have to be a real artist. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah.
can
Like I
get
said,
on
for
there,
me,
fake it till you make it.
it's too synthetic. The world today is too synthetic.
Yeah.
Right, 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 right.
It's not about a true reality. Everything that they represent
We didn't even have to be here together to do
to do
this.
this.
You know?
That's it.
That's the way of the world these days.
These days. And see, but what I really actually uh, what I really actually came across was the fact that we are now transitioning from the old antiquated ways of living and doing life, that the technology has took us beyond that part of it, and now it's making us to operate ourselves in a whole nother level of understanding of the technology that's in our society today. So if that's it, I'll stop, get off the box.
Hey man, it's all good. It's all good. Hold on. I got.
What's up, executioner?
Hold on.
Here we go with the
let
technology.
me
Yeah,
let me
what I
bring
say?
him on.
What I say? Couldn't do that. Couldn't do that 10, 15 years ago.
Yo, X, can you hear us?
Executioner.
And everybody in here is different ages, but you know, sometimes we all share the same views, and sometimes
Yeah.
we don't.
That's why you talk about it.
Shit talking.
Yeah, I don't think we got him connected.
You can't hear him.
But he can hear us. He watching the podcast.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Man, wait till you see that sign, man.
But I don't think he's connected to the thing. But
Put him up to the mic. Put him up to it.
yeah, but
He was on speaker.
okay, hold on.
All right.
See, so we can hear him. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
check.
Yeah, he can hear us, but he's not coming in through the thing. He's not being recorded.
Oh,
But it's all good. I'm gonna have to call you back a different way.
yeah, because I came in on the outside line. We just going through the technical setups, the rigors of technical equipment. So AG gonna redirect that call and get us lined up so we can all be conversating at the same time.
It's the beauty of technology now, and being able to just on the cuff bring people to the forefront. Hopefully we can get this working. Oh, you know what? I know why it's not working. My bad, everybody.
See,
I plugged you into the wrong one.
but he had a remedy for it. It's all good.
So now we definitely gonna have you. We gonna have you right now.
You need a tech guy.
Okay. Hey man.
Yeah.
But see,
All
it's
right,
just-
there we go.
He got the technical.
Hey X.
He
Well,
he
Jim-
should
have to
take
do it.
over.
Okay, we got the executioner now. All right, we're good. My bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry I'm late. I just got in from the store. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, the store.
Happy Father's Day, bro.
Had to get some blunts.
Uh-huh.
Right.
There you go. So
Hey man, so
you can put the trays back on the table now.
let me tell you, the one thing I can tell you about being a father that I enjoy is the fact that I get to carry on the things that my father taught me to my children and add my twists to it. And hopefully my children forward on his values and my values and also add their values that I try to instill on my children, So as a father, I'm definitely happy that I get to see what life is going to be from me,
Tradition.
Yeah.
Gotta make some type of tradition with it.
As an only child, I can say that going through life, it was great being able to have everything all to myself.
Are you an only child?
No, sir. I'm first of 6
Wow.
Six.
See,
I'm
but
an only child.
I can say that in the end, it was more so of a curse because you had no one to lean on to go through the end process of life. That's the only downfall of being an only child. But if you outweigh it, I
I
would
mean, through your
rather.
kids now you do though. You
Yeah,
can.
yeah,
You
yeah.
do have
And,
someone.
and I think that's why I had so many children.
Yeah, that's what I.
You know what I'm saying? Because going through life being an only child,
Right.
man, it sucked not having a sibling to fight with.
Or to blame shit on.
Or to
See,
blame.
my family is big. I had a lot of cousins, so it
Yeah,
felt like
yeah.
I had
Mine
brothers and
too.
sisters. But it was those days where you were home by yourself.
Morning coffee. Morning coffee.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that. I mean, it was 6 of us at home.
So you were all were you always
Yeah.
the one taking care of somebody
Yes,
or
yes,
help you?
yes.
Or how you had to go beat
Yes.
somebody up? So
Yeah, my life was it was a roller coaster, but at the same time, me, I'm a little older, so I grew up at a time when parents were parenting. They were home. They were. If you were out of line, you were disciplined. If your auntie caught you out of line, you were disciplined.
anybody could discipline you. Then.
Anybody in your family reach, in that circle says, Mrs. Brent, I see your dude out there doing this kind of stuff. Guess what? She gonna tighten you up, and you're gonna get tightened up at home. But today, we our children got too many options. I love my kids to life. I don't love nobody to death. I love you to life. But at the same time, the day my daughter told me that my disciplining her was not going to do nothing more, she's going to do what she want to do anyway. It was at that point. That I'd say, okay, you must understand life so well now that all the pitfalls associated with it, you can handle it.
You can handle it.
She looked me right in my face and said, yeah. I said, okay, so at some point, I must have poured enough of myself into her where she felt confident enough
You don't need me then.
to go that way.
You don't need me then.
So yeah, so when she spread her
what she
wings
said.
and she flew, she's been flying ever since. So on one hand, I could have looked at it as totally disrespectful, but then on the other hand, I took it as somebody who was obviously mentally prepared to confront that portion of her life without me trying to influence it.
Right.
So yeah, man, I think Father's Day is the most special day. I don't want to carry on too much, but I do want to say, all my brothers that are fathers have kids that they can't see but want to see. I lift you up in prayer, and I pray that your lives and your happiness associated with your children, you'll be blessed with it.
And let me say this. For all the men who go through the child support issue, when you get that first letter, go to them.
Yeah.
Make sure that's not your baby first off, and then don't just let them take money from you. Actually, let them know if you are trying to be a father that that's what you're doing. Because the system is designed to take everything away from you. So when you get that letter, jump on it. Handle your business. You don't have to be running away from $500 a month. You could be paying $100 to nothing if you got joint custody, full custody, stuff like that. Don't run away from your responsibilities once you become a father. And I think that's we still. I'm not as old as you guys, but we all in here, we still young spirited, but everybody in here, because they had children, handled their responsibilities.
Right.
And I think kids help you grow up. But
Yep.
yeah. That's just my token from the day. Handle that letter that you get from, child support. Don't let it linger.
I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, when I got the letter and the fact that I was still trying to take care of my kids because I was very active and they were still taking child support. And I felt like I was doing more than the state should be taking from me. But I stayed on top of it, so I never got behind where they started taking driver's licenses and stuff like that. I mean, they took it for a second only because there was a mistake that was made, but then I got it back and everything got corrected. But yeah, that's very important because especially in my state, they will come get you and take you to jail. They will come take your driver's license. They're not playing.
Then you
And,
can't go to work and provide.
You know,
like they just take more and more money from you.
it's easier, and that's why I say, look, if you don't want to be a father, there's ways to prevent that, and you shouldn't be scared to use those things for your own personal safety. Fatherhood is a very blessed and thankful thing, but let me tell you, it also could be very hard and challenging if you're not ready for it. So don't rush into fatherhood. You got a lifetime to be a dad.
Lifetime.
You know, so don't be a father and
I just
not
want
be a
to happy
dad.
Father's Day, y'all. Just everything my man said is on point. Everything my man said is on point. We don't want to bring this day down into stick it to the man type kind of thing. So Father's Day, enjoy your children, and actually just enjoy the love.
Yeah, and ladies,
Right.
hold on. Before we go out of that, ladies, don't use the children, and for men, don't use your children as pawns to keep them from the other parent just because you're mad at them. The kids aren't mad at the other parent.
Right.
They love them just as much as they love you. So don't corrupt their brains with that. I've been accused of keeping mine from their mom, and let me tell you, I don't do that. If you don't come around, that's on you. Kids see. I don't have to badmouth anybody. If you're a great parent, your kids will know. That's the only person or people that you have to impress is your children, and they will know. The other parent, they could care less how you feel about what they doing, as long as they doing what they feel they're doing. So just understand, the only person you're hurting is your kids when you keep them from their other parent. So, when the courts tell you don't talk bad about the other parent, that's real.
game.
That's real.
It's a dirty
And when the
game.
kids get older, they're gonna really hate you for it. So I don't say I'm a firm believer. If you don't have something nice to say, just don't say nothing at all, and let the other parent do, and let their actions speak for their own words. Trust me, it'll work. It'll work.
This conversation can go in so many directions as far as educational purposes go. I don't want to really engage in that, so I won't make no comment from on that right there. Because,
Yeah, we can move on to better parts of Father's Day.
Yeah. Shouts out to all the single parents, mothers,
And the
fathers.
All you mother fathers.
You
Yeah,
mother
mother
fathers.
fathers.
All you mother fathers out there, let me tell you, you mother fathers, you do your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
You've done
there's
it.
some mothers out there that have to be fathers.
Yes,
So,
yes.
hey, hats off to you. And there's some fathers out there that are really being fathers. So, hats off to you.
You still with us, X?
Mother, mothers.
No, X is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, hey, let me tell you, the one thing to reflect on with your fathers that you have, you want to be able to look back, especially if you lost a father, reflect on some of the good times. Because I'm going to tell you, my dad took me to Great America. It's a place in California, an amusement park, and it was like the premier.
With Bugs Bunny, the one with Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Looney Tunes.
I remember going out there with my dad, and we got on this ride called the Edge. It doesn't exist anymore, but it shot you up like, 20 stories up, and then it pushed you out,
I
and then you
remember that
just
one.
dropped free fall.
I remember
Okay,
that one.
I'm afraid of heights. I didn't want to go, but my dad was like, "Man up, we gonna make this happen." So we got on it, and when we went down, it dropped you so fast, you floated out of your seat. You were in free fall, in a cage, but you were out of your seat. And my dad, having the knowledge of experiencing things like that in his lifetime, knew how to react to it and was able to, I'm not gonna say scream, but I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
grunt in oh my God, in fear.
Because
Because I'm not gonna say my dad screamed, but he didn't scream. He just
It was a grunt.
It was a
long grunt. Yeah.
I, on the other hand, as a 10-year-old kid, was trying to scream, but I couldn't get it out until I got to the bottom. It was almost like I was screaming, and the scream was up here as I was falling, and when I got to the bottom, I stopped screaming and the scream hit me. Because I'm telling you, I screamed like a big old
So the
baby.
scream had to catch up with you.
Yeah, the scream had to catch up with me from the fall. It was so fast and so scary.
That is the sensation of going from gravity to no gravity.
Yes.
That's what got you.
So, you know, those memories, you want to, you know, man, cherish those memories. Think back to reflect on Father's Day, man. Think back on all the good things you have with your father. Think back on all the good things you will have with your father.
He gonna have that memory. He gonna have that memory for the rest of his life.
For sure.
He telling this story like it happened yesterday. So.
Oh man, I remember it. My aunt Seal was with me. She couldn't really get around too well, but she still wanted to go and have that experience with her brother and her nephew.
Yeah.
So I remember it vividly that she did her best to get around, and I wish that they had those little scooters then a little bit more freely, because I would have had her on it and she probably would have had a lot more
Once again, technology.
Yeah.
It needed to catch up.
You know, I am happy that my father was blessed to be able to meet all his great grandchildren.
Wow.
You know, with the exception of the newest one, only because the distance, but he was able to see all of his current great grandchildren. So, you know, hey man, cherish everything. In the morning, in the weekly message, I said, you know, don't be afraid to forgive and reach out. Once again, I am going to say, man, it's Father's Day, man. If you haven't talked to your father or you haven't talked to your child, reach out. Say what's up. Today is always, any day is a great day to reach out or rekindle something. But Father's Day, if you have a bad situation with a father, you and your parent ain't doing well, man, reach out, man. Be the bigger person. Reach out.
You got to be deliberate, though. See, love is the most deliberate thing that you can do, but it's the most freest thing that you can give.
Right.
And so, therefore, you know, you have to be deliberate about loving somebody. You got to be good to each other with a conscious mind.
It has to make you happy to love another person. Yeah.
And then you got to let go of grievances.
Right.
You know, in life situations, you know, things that you really don't like. So you have to let go of those things first in order to be able to genuinely give yourself over to another.
Hey, just remember, death is final. There's no knocking on the door, no picking up the phone, there's no calling, there's no writing, there's no death is death. Dead is dead. So let me tell you, if you feel that whatever you're going through is worth not being able to ever express sorrow, sympathy, forgiveness,
Confession is good for the soul. So the thing is, you got to really, you know, if you got issues, you got to confess that, get it out of you, flush it out, regurgitate it, and because those are the things that vex the spirit. Because you're so busy contemplating those things.
Right.
If you just truly just say, "Man, look, I give it over to you."
Yep.
Right.
And be
I'm
done
not
with
worried.
it.
I'm not
And
worried.
Be done with it.
Hey, that's why I say, hey, reach out. Don't be afraid. If this podcast even reaches one person, I'm happy. It did its job.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid, because you know I was blessed that me and my dad, when he passed, we didn't have any. Man, I wish I wouldn't have done this or done that. You know, we were solid. I just wish we were closer so that I could have hugged him a little bit more frequently. So that's why I'm saying to you, man, especially the people that are arguing with your parent and he lives within the same city as you, when your parent is gone, you gonna wish you could reach out and hug him, reach out, give a phone call, because there's gonna be an event that happens and you're gonna go, dang, I want to call my dad, or dang, I want to call my mom and tell them the great news, and you go, dang, I can't. So I'm telling you, hey man, rectify that. You gonna regret it.
Add that, since you went there, you had my mind flipping my own mental photo album. Yeah, my dad's gone, and he was the entrepreneurial spirit that kept my entrepreneurial spirit fed, because we did everything, man, from mobile grocery delivery to restaurants, and all the while he was helping me build my business as well. So when he left me, being the eldest, it kind of left a huge hole because we didn't have a bunch of cooperation, a cooperative
Right.
spirit.
Right,
Nobody
right,
caught that in entrepreneurial spirit except me. And it's only because generally I believe that, you know, God intended for me to do what I'm doing on the path that I'm on. So all I had to do was nurture it and bring it to a point where it becomes validated.
Right.
So now my dad, anything that I would print, anything I would print, and I have a pre-print shirt where I would register my jobs on, and so it had like 1,000,000 prints on this one shirt. I swear, man, I see my dad sporting it like, yeah, it was rocking it. And now today, it's the same type of shit that they're printing on the shirts, the all over prints and shit. I had, but he was rocking it like it was the shit. And every time I would look, there was something different that he would rock. So I was like, if anybody was my biggest fan and my supporter without really saying, son, I'm your number one fan, it was my pop, man. So yeah, you know, rest in heaven, my dad.
Yep. Rest
Yeah, I
in
think
heaven.
when you have a good father, he's always your number one supporter. He wants the best for you, you know.
Especially when they see potential.
Right,
You know,
right.
the Asians are different from us. They go and they handpick from their disciplined people who they want to place in the positions of leading their families.
You know what it is, and I was just thinking about it when we were talking about things like that, right? I think the reason why black minority families struggle so much is because all the other races of minorities still have their countries operating properly and not corrupt. Where when they come over here to the United States, they're organized as people and they come together. Us being brought over here, we were torn apart, and we were
from the beginning.
from the beginning. The souls that started here were lost and had to find unity in the small families that they had instead of a whole country behind you.
But your family wasn't your family.
Right.
Yes,
In some cases, but that's even more of the reason why I'm saying why the black family, I think, is lost the way they are, because they at a disadvantage.
Please don't start this conversation.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, let's not go there. And that's for another. Hey, trust me, trust and believe. The morning coffee will be addressing this one day.
But let me say, emancipation is just a transfer of title from private ownership to public ownership. So yeah, we emancipated. We got the Juneteenth, finally. I'm saying to my people, we have always been self-sufficient. Even in the face of all the adversity, oppression, we managed to create things to lighten our workloads. But this is why I say there has to be reparations, because there were so many patents that they stole from a black man. I had the idea, but now because you have a law saying that I can't hold a patent,
Right.
and now your family creates the corporation that makes it $1 billion corporation because of the idea that I had, because of the intellectual property that was lost, and yet you don't want to compensate me and my lineage for that. Where's Gary Morrison's factory to build gas masks?
Part of
Stop
fatherhood,
things,
legacy,
air brake.
legacy.
All of these things have been swept under the rug, the true knowledge. Why do you think right now they're fighting, the white people are fighting to not teach their kids about the true fabric of America?
Right. Take it out the history book.
Yeah, just we don't want them to
Erase
know
it.
that we were so nasty, so dirty, that we were hanging and killing and lynching and beating people to death.
Look, when we get into that subject, I definitely want equal representation so that all sides can express their views and points of view, because it's easy for us to discuss something because it's coming from our point of view, opposed to the point of view of the people that we are not necessarily accusing them personally, but their race.
I'm not accusing. I'm
Yeah.
convicting.
Right.
I'm
Well,
convicted.
right. But the problem
Hey, G.
with it is, right, hold on. The problem with it is we can't convict every white person. We have to convict their ancestors. So the happy medium for the whole situation is, how do we How do we
you're
come-
talking about right now, the white person right now that we've grown up with.
right? How do we how do we hold anybody that wasn't involved in that accountable for something that their people did beforehand? So for me, when we have that conversation, I want to have that conversation with somebody here that can maybe give us some type of point of view that we can look at and go, you know what? That's some gangster shit right there, for real. That is some. So for me, but let's stick to the Father's Day theme of stuff, because that subject is a whole deep
Like I told
subject.
you,
that
you don't
we can
want to
talk
open up
about.
my can.
Yeah. No, I already know. That's why I want you in the morning coffees,
don't
because
wanna open up my
those things, those topics, when they come,
Like I said,
will be great.
I realize just for a little clarity point, I'm not convicting all white people. Some of my best friends in the state of Utah are my best friends, white. So I understand the dynamics of interpersonal relationships. I choose to build the network of people that I want in my life.
Right.
But at the same time, I say convicted because the archives of history convicts that and validates what I'm saying. All I got to do is get the newsreels, the clips of the day, the time. The brothers and sisters that was in the apartment building in Philadelphia, they just went in and just basically massacred, and the ones that didn't massacre, they put in prison for over 40 years
Right.
for just standing up for their rights.
Hey, like I said,
I gotta let
this
go.
this is a whole nother subject that we could talk for hours about, and that's a different morning coffee.
God's love.
Today,
For real.
the Father's Day theme, for me, all praise to the Most High for
Yeah.
giving me as many years with my father that he did.
Yes.
All praise to the Most High that he blesses me with the ability to give my children as many, if not more, years for them to be blessed with a father in their life. If it's the Most High's will that I don't, well, hey, I hope that in the time that I have, I leave a good impression. Part of the reason why I started this podcast is so that when my children miss me, they can push play and hear me. I wish that, and it's so crazy, but the day my father passed was the day that I was supposed to record our first episode of the war vets of Vietnam. He was going to talk about his Vietnam War stories, him and my uncle. And the day he passed, I was setting up to call him, and I got the word that he passed. And it crushed me because I have no audio of my father.
That's terrible.
So that's why I make this, so that my children, when they want to hear their dad's voice, here I am. I still love you. I'm looking down and I still love you. I'll never stop. I told you, I tell everybody, if I tell you I love you, it's until my last breath on this earth. And you have to believe that there is a higher power and that we have a conscience where we can still have love for you in the next life that we have, and know that I'm still thinking about you and love you there as well. Mm-hmm. So, happy Father's Day to my children when you become fathers, to my sons, to everybody out there. I'm trying to let you know, cherish every moment, because, hey, in the blink of an eye, life changes.
Yeah. I want to say, I'm proud of my kids. That's all I want to say, man. Thank you to my oldest son. I'm a granddad now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, congratulations.
Great little
Yeah,
baby
man.
girl, baby Jay.
Yep.
I got a lot of stuff out there for you guys, so I'm gonna be here forever. Even though I'm not here, you already know it. I don't have to say nothing.
I'm a grand unk.
You guys know how proud I am of you. Y'all did it, man.
Yes.
Y'all listened, and that was from the information I got from my father, and I passed it on to y'all. And now y'all doing great, man. I love it.
Yeah, your dad talks about you every day. All his kids, for real. Every time I talk to him, for the most part, we have conversations about our kids. Mm-hmm. So, part of the reason he does it, because he talks about it all the time. Fly talks about it and says, I just want my kids to be able to push play. That's what kind of motivated me to do this. I wanted them to hear me and see me.
Really?
Really?
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I sang Hook. on a rap song
There you go.
that I know I can't sing, but I put it on the rap
There
song
you go.
because first they asked me to do it because they was trying out the idea, right? But then
There
it
you go.
dawned on me. I said, so no matter what, my kids will always be able to
Hear
play
you.
that back, laugh
Yeah.
at me, do whatever, but
Right.
it will invoke some type of memory of me. So yeah, I
Plug
understand that.
Fleisky from the 106, June 25th. Find me Spotify, wherever you get your music from, downloads, Apple, all that. Man, go there, press play. It's my song, Quarantine. You know, when I wrote it, I did it during the quarantine. It's just about, you know, when you and your chick together for so long, she just getting on your nerves. You know, you just gotta get away. You love her, but you know,
Right
you
now.
know, we just need our space, right? So
Hey.
yeah, check it out for me. You know, I'm trying
Kick
to,
that address one
you
more
know,
time for us.
it's Fleisky from the
Fleisky.
106, FLYESKI from the
Okay.
106.
Oh, and full disclaimer
That's me.
and full disclosure, Flysky wasn't talking about anyone in particular when he made that song, so I don't want any wives to think that he was talking about her or girlfriends, meaning mine or wife. Might as well say.
And I love my wife.
so
My wife is the greatest.
yes.
Greatest. You know, I couldn't get a better one.
I tell him every
Never.
time.
Never.
Hey, Fly, I'm
My
gonna say it
friends
again.
tell me
Hold
they're
on.
gonna beat me up if I lose.
No,
That's what they tell me.
hey, Fly,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, live, man, you a lucky man.
Stop it.
That's our little inside joke, man. Hey, there might be only a couple people that understand that one.
1 and 2 right here. 1 and 2. That's how the ones who understand it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I'm gonna bring the logic in and say every man is blessed and got a good woman.
Yep. Hey,
there you go.
Hey, I'm a lucky man too, man. I'm not even gonna to lie. I really got a great one. I've been with her going on 4 years, and I'm gonna tell you, no complaints. I'm definitely happy in my life right now. Things is looking really good. This podcast, Shit Talking Sundays, where every day is Shit Talking Sundays, is starting to grow and blossom. So don't forget, share, like,
And subscribe.
And if you want to come on the show, man, please reach out, AG the Dad at shittalkingsundays.com. And we'll see what we can do about getting you on a show. If you got a show idea, you could email us there. Go to our website, shittalkingsundays.com. And don't be afraid to say something, man. We really want to know what's on your mind. We're not afraid to talk about anything. As long as we ain't bullying nobody, we ain't doing no racist stuff, I'm with it. Because shit talking has to have good sides. And I want you to think deeper and give me a different point of view. Come on my show, man. Let me hear your point of view. I don't care what it is. Even if you are, let's say you are a racist or
I'm a racist.
or whatever.
I don't like white shoes.
You know, hey,
get
whatever
dirty too fast.
whatever your point of view is,
That's why
come talk to me about it, and maybe we could talk.
I like those. I like
Hey, I just look at it from the point of view of, hey, let me explain to me why you have this view, and maybe I can help you look at something a little bit different or a different way of looking at it, and maybe you help me look at it differently so that maybe our views don't have to seem so
Skewed.
off.
Yeah, so
You know,
skewed, yeah.
and maybe we can find common ground. You know, people do coexist together. It's been happening for millenniums. So why not just try to see if we can figure this out, man?
Common ground is deliberate ground.
Yeah, we don't have
That's
to.
what it is.
We can agree to disagree on
Be
on
deliberate.
anything.
But be deliberate about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to cooperate
Let me tell you.
want peace
because it's going to be better
and understanding.
for the whole.
Here's an example. In the South, coming from California, there was a stigma to me, at least mentally, that when you go out there, it was real racist and all bad. And to be honest with you, it's not that it's racist. It's just people are real honest about their feelings and let you know exactly where you stand. And they're not assholes about it. They're they can respect you enough to be respectful on how they come across, because there's no need to be violent. Because when I went out there, let me tell you, when my father passed, I kind of was taken back at the fact that blacks, whites, greens, yellows, everybody that was out there all stopped what they were doing, bowed their heads as we were driving past in the funeral procession, and showed their respects, and they didn't care about the color of anyone's skin that was in that hearse. They just knew that a soul has passed, and they showed respect. And I have so much more respect for that state.
Wasn't he a veteran?
He was a veteran.
What was the population of that town?
The town that he passed in was only 2,000 people.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and yes, but I'm sure
That's a
that
native son right there.
but the fact that all races still showed that kind of respect in the dirty South, to me, man, the dirty South wasn't dirty. It was really clean and professional, and my hats off to them and much respect. Because matter of fact, the state of Georgia, you guys really know how to send your people away when it's their time to go. That Bible Belt state, let me tell you, it's got their strange ways, but in the end, what they do and how they do is really respectable. What they're doing on the voting side of it, man, any state that that is not okay with people handing out water to people that are thirsty. Come on, man, that just doesn't sound right to me. I mean, we can agree to disagree, and if you can help me to understand why you're okay with them making it against the law to hand out water to help people that are thirsty, that are waiting in a line to do some voting. I mean, come on my show, please. Tell me, explain to me, and help me understand. I'm not like so solid on one direction that I can't see or at least be open to your point of view. I mean, what do you think?
I'm like Flo on the what you call it commercial with that because like I said, yeah, anybody
He's trying to chill on the beach,
yeah,
you can't help it, but
I'm cool. We kind of forgot our place as people. That's all I got to say, and understand that the created can never be more powerful than the creator. Right. So we, in
that's
fact,
what we're supposed to do as a people.
are the creator of the government. So they got their power to govern by the consent of the governed. People. So therefore, with all these antics that are being pulled, the people have to not be so lazy and stand up and say, look, this is not going to go down like this.
That's what we were supposed to do during COVID. We weren't supposed to be getting checks, nothing like that. The people were supposed to come together and help each other. You're not supposed to be getting a check from the government.
That's what they steal from humanity.
We don't have the ability to help each other like that. No. The people that do, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
So now the black awareness has been awakened, right? Or the circumstances that we've been dealing with. Like I said, for me, I know the fairness and balance of the Caucasian race, because there wouldn't have been no white people on the Underground Railroad to help Harriet Tubman get to where she was going. So I know. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that's God's consciousness in those people saying that's the right thing to do. Right. That's the right thing to do. So right now, I'm going to tell it, I'm 60. So I've been alive a long time to see things happen that I know with my face just ain't right.
Right.
So I'm saying, as people, it's not right for all of us. Like I said, my friends, we balled together. We played, dominoes together. White man, black man, white man. It didn't matter. This is my friend. All right. And so, like I said, for me, living doesn't have to come down to me hating you because of what I think that you are getting that I'm not getting.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So,
the people out there that are all about the purity of their own race, black, white, I don't care what race it is. I don't see nothing wrong with you having that view. My problem is, don't be violent to others who don't share your view about it, because I think that somewhere down the line, the preservation of one's race is a good thing, but to whether you're black or white or Asian, whatever, but to make another person not feel as strong about the preservation of the race, that's where the difference comes because we should all agree to disagree. And if your view is that way, find like minded people and keep procreating in your community, but you don't have to be violent about it and don't force those views on it. And trust me, I think that if you didn't force the views, it would probably just take care of itself one way or another. Because there are people out there that are not attracted to anything outside their own race, and that's just how it's going to be. Period.
With you anyway.
So, for me, that's where the line for me kind of is not necessarily drawn, but it is there. That's where the gray area starts to be.
Excuse me.
Get that there.
I have a partner
Get that there.
in that owns the tugboat fish place, and he told me, "Hey, brother, I need you to print this shirt for me." And when I looked at what he wanted me to print, it was a print of James Baldwin making a quote in the Nation magazine in 1964, where he was describing how the police are supposed to be my servants, not my murderers or my torturers, and all of those things relate to today. But the one thing that got me odd after I delivered those shirts, he said, "Man, I really dig these shirts, but I want you to do another one." And I hadn't been thinking about this, but he said, "I want you to do a shirt that says, 'We are all African.'" And now, it struck me because the perspective that it was coming from an Asiatic brother. So I'm like, wow, that is the gospel truth, scientific truth. So therefore, the beef is strictly formulated from a personal opinion of the rest of people when it's all diluted down from our people. So the first step, the first step would be last. That's right. So they're going to be whatever power they have now. We are actually going to ascend like we're doing right now, But like I said, for me, mankind has to work in harmony the way God intended. We can't. I got to see beyond the color of your skin. It's Martin Luther King says the content of your character. So we know good people. We know bad people. Our spirits tremble when we got bad company. But that's because our vibration universally is in a good place. Right. You got 4 kids, you love your kids, you're doing what's right by your kids. You got kids, you love your kids, you're doing what's right by your kids. That's harmony. Right. When the church says the church is whole, that means they all caught up for the year. Annual conference done kicked in, they got all the money that they need to operate for the next year.
Right.
Well, when a man is whole, he's whole because his family is straight. He ain't eating, they sheltered. Right. So that ring that you put on, that's a 360-degree circle. Right. That's another one. So, right there, you're complete. And that's what makes fathers happy on Father's Day. When I know that you coming over to my house or I'm taking you to dinner, we going out and you're going to pay for me.
Bro, my kids asked me, last 3 Father's Day since they've been working and stuff, they in the military now. They like, what you want for Father's Day? You want some shoes?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you straight? Yeah.
Being dad though, right? You asking them.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all I want for Father's Day.
Yeah.
You straight.
Yeah.
Buy your baby something.
Being dad, he took that into consideration first. That's a beautiful thing.
My daughter just enlisted in the military, and she graduates at the end of the month. And let me tell you, as a father, and her being my oldest child, and my father being a military vet, following in his footsteps, for me, I'm beyond proud of my oldest for her service to the country and doing what she's doing. Just letting you know, Kyla Boo, that I love you and I'm proud of you for what you're doing for the service of my country, our country. Uh, that doesn't take anything away from the other children that I have. I'm proud of them as well. They all have their own things that they're doing that make me proud. So, you know,
Yes, sir.
not singling her out. It's just as a proud moment that I can, acknowledge.
But it's an accolade, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes that's what we forget to do too, is celebrate the accomplishments. You
That's
can't,
what you
you know,
need to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is exactly
And learn from the failure.
that's critical thinking right there, man. I signed up for the military, Dad. The only thing I can say is great, because I know you consistently gonna get paid. You do your job, you're gonna get a pay raise every year.
Not that I agree with it,
But-
but hey,
but-
you know,
Educated.
I won't have to worry about you no more.
That's really what
educated.
that's really what it was established for. The GI is government issue. So once you sign those documents, you theirs at that
You
point.
theirs.
Yeah.
You exist underneath a whole another uniform code of military justice.
Right.
So you got to adhere to two codes: the state that you're in, and then the military base that you're on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so to make a decision like that, that indicates discipline.
They wanted my son said the reason, and just talks with his brother.
Uh huh.
The reason I told him the reason we chose this was for the structure,
Yep.
stability,
Yes.
The
for
fact-
our life for the next 20 years, and then
Yes.
we done by the time we, my
Yes.
age,
Yes. Yes. The things
40.
that
Yeah.
you should be doing, Dad is telling you don't make this move, make that move. See, that's what I say. Critical thought processes right now are things that they're finding in video games, which don't translate to real life. So you have to pour into them a certain level of yourself and what you come to understand about the real life that you live in.
Exactly.
This is what happened when that happened. That's why you can
Right.
tell a brother to get on that letter when it first comes to your house. Because I've been there, done that.
Done that.
So please,
Been through it.
if you fall into that pit, that's on you. Because I done poured that into you to avoid that trap right there.
Right.
So
Right.
if you got your kids on point,
If you go through it, you're gonna learn from your mistakes.
my cousin's a
You're trying to
pastor.
do it from it, but-
My cousin Keith is a pastor. His son is a pastor, and his other son is going to be a pastor. So, train up a child in the way they should go, and they should not depart from it all the days of their life. They may go left, but if God's word has been poured into them, they're going to come back to it.
Come back
Right.
to it.
They're going to know to come back to it. So therefore, I say, when you got that,
Yep.
you've done your job, and the Lord can look at you and say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," because you did
Right.
exactly what I needed you to do. Amen to the word.
Amen. All praise to the Most High. You know, my daughters, my youngest daughter, I'm proud of her. She's I can't be more proud of the mothers that she has become. She has 5 children, and she loves them all equally. And to be able to spread your love 5 ways and give them 100% 5 ways is amazing the way she does it. So, just to go down the list, because I don't want to leave any of my children out. My sons, I'm proud of them. Straight A students for the most part, maybe a B here and there. They all are achieving to be great, and I know that they will be. So for me, I'm proud of, even my adopted children, they are starting to become what I expect them to be in young men. My adopted stepdaughters, they are being everything that I expect them to be, getting homes, furthering their education, things like that. They all are doing well. And I think that also comes down to, parenting, fatherhood, motherhood, being
Consistency.
involved. Consistent, man.
That's what
Don't
it is.
hey, look, just because you and your
Structure.
if you are not together with the mother, don't stop being a parent.
Right.
I mean, I know it's hard to juggle trying to start over with a new woman or man, whatever it is that you're doing, but don't stop being a parent, man. That's all I can say. Don't stop being a parent. They're going to always need you. Always. So with that being said, I just want to say to everybody, this has been the morning coffee We've been here with Fly Ski, Buddha.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share Shit Talking Sundays.
Don't forget Big Dog in the corner.
Coach K, he been quiet for a change.
Real quiet.
You
We
know.
just want to validate though that he was here.
Yeah, I'm glad he STF you, and you know, cause it's Shit Talking Sundays, STS.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
so hey man, everybody out there in the world, be blessed, stay blessed, have a
Yes.
great Father's Day,
I'm hungry.
and yes, let's eat and partake, and you know, Dad, I love you. This show was dedicated to you, the debut show, Shit Talking Sundays, morning coffee.
Happy Father's Day, Dion.
Happy Father's Day, everybody out there, man. All right, especially to you mother fathers.
Yes.
All right, peace.
Peace.